Hello Internet. Well, we finally got the last of our analog system in. These are... Oh, that's a pleasant surprise. MTS 2000s. Some Model 2s. Model 1s. These are good radios. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just they're outdated. You can't get parts for them anymore, and programming them is a pain in the ass. Yeah, they work. We've decided to go with MotoTrbo. We're not going with P25, which is why I originally got my Apex 6000. Don't mind the 8000. When I first got this radio, it didn't have a label, and the only spares I had was an 8000 XE, and I wasn't bothered to buy a different one. But this is UHF Apex 6000 XE. I mean, it doesn't have serials, but it's my personal one for amateur use. But yeah, we're not going with P25 for our mode of operations. We're going to go with MotoTrbo, and honestly, I think that is the best. That's the best decision to make. Just because MotoTrbo does give us what we actually want, like indoor location tracking, and we can integrate it easier with QSys. Which, oh yeah, because we're going with MotoTrbo, these guys, they're going away. XTL F word 2500s, XTL 2500s, and XTL 5000s. They're going to be removed from racks. They're either going to be XPR 2500s or CP 300Ds. I don't think that's the right model. They're going to be a MotoTrbo something, but just a simple two-way communication device, nothing too fancy. And along with that, we're going to be integrating it with QSys cores. Well, probably 2 cores total. One to handle emergency signaling, and another for special features with DTMF tones and whatnot. So we like QSys. We're going to see what we can do with that. Volunteers and stuff like that, they're going to likely get SL300s. Not terribly expensive, and we don't honestly mind if we lose one or two. We don't want to, but these are more of a disposable option. So that's what we'll hand out. Team leads, we'll probably get R2s and R7s. Main events is definitely getting R7s just for noise canceling, because that's a party in it of itself. And administrators such as myself and a few others are getting some ions. And honestly, these are really cool. They are what we need. It's Android 13, so we're able to pull up Sketch and provide that assistance to patrons. It also has a camera, so we can scan patron registration tickets or anything like that to help diagnose any problems they're having with a registration. I can also access cameras, which I haven't set up yet on this Ion. Bluing tech for our trucks. Telegram, Discord for communications over LTE. And also Wi-Fi and whatnot. Which is also nice because MotoTrbo can do Wi-Fi, so we don't have to have a huge data plan. This is my own personal Ion, so I handle that. These guys are separate. But while this is here, the Ion, beautiful radio. I'm getting a bigger battery for it. The Android side of things, like controlling it, it's the same as it is for M Control on the R7. You know, you got your different zones. Of course, I'm an amateur, so I have a whole bunch of different zones and channels. What was I going to say? Oh, a really nice feature about this is that it has Viki. So if you have, say, an Ion with its screen protector on, you can't really change channels, change zones easily. So you can accomplish that with Viki, and I have it programmed on this 3-button side key. So, ConOps Medical.
ConOps Medical.
ConOps Roaming.
Roaming.
Change to Main Events.
Main events.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. Digital simplex, digital 1.
Digital simplex. Digital 1.
So yeah, you can completely change zones and channels just with one key press. And I don't think this remote speaker mic has it. No, it doesn't. But you can get a remote speaker mic that has that programmable button in the center of it, which I plan on getting. This is a RM780. Yeah, great radios. OVCM and GNSS data. So I'm glad to be going to MotoTrbo. It's been the change we've been needing for a while. Don't get me wrong, this worked when it works. It's just MDC can only do so much. Which means kind of nostalgic for these radios. I am going to miss them. But we also need to progress forward with the times and everything growing. One quick side note is if you plan to get these secondhand, don't. Straight up don't. Because it's going to be very much a nightmare for you to try to even program one of these. These are MotoTrbo 3.0 devices. These are 2.0 devices. You can program these in CPS 2.0, which is that software. But you can only program ions in Radio Central. Yeah, 3.0. And that's a huge problem if you want to buy these secondhand. Because one, you absolutely must have a Motorola account where if you find the programming software and get a cable, you can program these. It'll be fine. These, you have to have a Motorola account. You have to have an agency set up. And you have to have the serial number of that device licensed to you in your agency under your account. Which if you're buying these secondhand, sure they may have serial numbers, but they're registered to another account. And good luck trying to talk to whoever is selling it to get that serial number transferred over to your Motorola agency account. Because a lot of the time, unfortunately, these are stolen and listed on eBay and Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. And if you get a stolen one of these and you try to get it linked to your account, you're not going to be able to. They will be flagged in Radio Central and it will deny any programming. If you try to contact Motorola directly via telephone to see about getting something done, they will have their assets protection team try to get the device back from you. So you'll be out a lot of money. Yeah, a lot of hurdles with these guys, but I did the right thing. I went through a dealer. I got the serial number registered to my Radio Central account. And I only had the one ION, so as you can see, without the serial number attached to your account, you're not going to be able to program it. So, but if you have a MotoTrbo 2.0 CPS and you have a programming cable, you'll be fine with R7s. Even if you try to use the programming cable on these guys in 2.0, it won't let you. Because these are 3.0, these are 2.0. These have a lot more security revisions and firmware applications for the Android side of things, which is why 2.0 will not recognize or even touch the device, because it is very, very different in programming. Even though the programming software looks the same when you're in there. I'm trying to load it up now. Give it a second. Yeah, even though it looks just like 2.0, it's 3.0. So I wouldn't buy these secondhand. Go through a dealer, spend the money, get it done right. That way you know absolutely for certain you'll be able to program it to what you need it to do. But that's the updates for now. Repeaters, we're getting rid of the CDM makeshift things. We're probably going to do either XPR 8300s or 8400s. I want to push for SL1000s if we can. That would be stellar. Yeah. If you want to see more about the Ion or have questions about it, the capabilities, what all you can do with it, or nitpicky stuff, ask me them, and I will try to come up with an answer for you. Because I know a lot of information is not really available. There's not a lot of YouTube videos out there showcasing, the in-depth details. Like, sure, it shows off features of what it can do, but if you want to know the nitpicky stuff, like, can I move this around somewhere? Can I delete the Google search? Which you can't. You can move the icons around all you want. But this bottom row is permanent. That bottom row is permanent. But it's Android. Yeah, anything like that, ask questions. I'll try to get back to you. I don't really check YouTube often, so forgive me if it takes me a couple weeks or months. Anyways, yeah, that's it. Goodbye, Internet.